Hey everyone, I'm Ultima456, you're the Ultimates, and welcome to episode 30 of Let's Platinum Elden Ring. Alright, we're finally up to the boss of this area, Godric the Grafted. One thing we're really quickly going to do though, is we're going to change our spells. Let's get rid of Flame Sling and put Flame Fortification on. This boss will will deal some fire damage eventually, and we definitely want to have that to help us survive. Let's summon Nefeli Lu, the person we met earlier. And we can also, since I'm probably not going to use it too much, we can use the Spirit Jellyfish Ashes. The way this summon works, let me just actually read it, because I don't know if I did. I probably did. A floating spirit that illuminates its surroundings. Prone to tears, the jellyfish girl searches for her distant home, will bravely spew poison at foes on her summoner's behalf. It seems her name is Aurelia. Okay, so... well, let me just double check my flask. Yeah, that'll do. Alright, cool. So what we're going to do is we're going to summon the jellyfish straight away. Hope that it can inflict... Also going to get rid of throwing daggers for now. Hope that it can inflict poison on the boss. And... then Nefeli and I are just going to attack like crazy. I'll get rid of the bow. We're going to use Flame Fortification before phase 2. And I'm going to just continually use Bloodhound's Fang and Bloodhound's Finesse. I could probably stand to get... Do I have any golden seeds? I have 1, but I think I need 2, right? To get the next... Oh, and now I can't use it. That's alright. So let's see if we can do this. So summon, and then we're going to use the flask. Alright, here we go.
Mighty dragon, thou the true-born heir. Lend me thy strength, O kindred. Deliver me unto greater heights. Well. Lowly tarnished. Playing as a lord. I command thee, kneel! I am the lord of all that is golden.
Okay, here we go. So summon Spirit Jellyfish, flask. And we could use like blood grease and all that kind of stuff, but it's not really important. We just want to make sure that he stays away from the Spirit Jellyfish. And a block there. And he went straight to attack it. Bloodhounds. Oops. That was on the wrong thing. Ow. And again I was on the wrong thing. There we go. Haven't played in like 6 days, so... Actually, no, I've played and just didn't suck. Ah! So the jellyfish keeps using the poison on him, which is good. And if we get a tick, it's even better. He can be bled. You can use the... I already said that. You can use fire grease or blood grease if you want. Let's heal up our MP. Okay, there we go. That's good. And I think he's poisoned as well. Okay, he's gonna stab himself, so get out of the way.
Truest of dragons, lend me thy strength.
Okay, time for phase 2. So let's flame fortify immediately, because that fire will probably hit us a few times. There we go, there was one. Now we want to be careful. So the poison is good. The spirit jellyfish was able to deal it. Okay, he's going to do a bit of damage here. Oh, he was a little bit invincible there for some reason. Alright, cool. We're out of Bloodhound's finesse and step. Oh, nice. She got him knocked down even more. Try and get away now. I'm going to run away and use another flask since I have so many. Yeah, probably worthwhile to give yourself 2, if you're doing it my way, give yourself 2, oh gosh. Get away, get away. Oh, that's cool. Ah. I did it.
Of all that is golden, and one day we'll return together to our home, bathed in rays of gold.
Alright, we got another trophy, and we got Godric's Great Rune, so Shardbearer Godric, Godric's Great Rune, and Remembrance of the Grafted. We'll have a look at that in a sec. Great Runes. The Great Runes you receive by defeating Shardbearers have lost their beneficial power. However, their power can be restored at Divine Towers throughout the lands between. See the description of each Great Rune to discover which Divine Tower you should visit. And Remembrance of the Grafted. So let's have a look at a few things first. So Remembrance of the Grafted. Actually, let's look at Godric's Great Rune. Godric's Great Rune. Great Rune, devoid of any benediction, so it has no good things. The Great Rune of the Shardbearer Godric, devoid of any benediction. Seek the Divine Tower of Limgrave, which stands beyond the Great Bridge from Stormveil Castle. Cool. So we'll find that in a moment. The other thing was here, Remembrance of the Grafted. Take the power of its namesake via Finger Reader. Remembrance of Godric the Grafted, hewn into the Erd Tree. The power of its namesake can be unlocked by the Finger Reader. Alternatively, it can be used to gain a great bounty of runes. A feeble man sought power through the grotesque act of grafting. One day we'll return together to our home, bathed in rays of gold. And I completely lost track of what I was doing, and I forgot to use the golden pickled foulfoot, but oh well, I guess it happens. There's nothing I can do about that. Silly me. Okay, that's fine. So now what we can do is let's touch this grace point. And we're actually going to rest at it as well. And we'll notice, after resting at it, Godric is here. The guy who was stalking us in Stormveil. And he's stomping.
Pathetic excuse for a lord you were. Craven to the bone. Pushing me about like that. And after all that grafting, where did that get you? Look down on me, would ya? Godric, you filthy slug. Feel it. Feel it. Feel my bloody wrath.
Okay, so let's talk to Godric, sorry.
Oh. Hello there. This weasel was... Godric was always looking down on me. He got what he bloody deserved thanks to you. I tell you though, what goes around comes around. He had an ugly heart, an uglier countenance, and met the ugliest of ends, eh?
Alright, and now we can actually buy more stuff off Godric. Don't think he has anything very worthwhile, but let's have a look. Silver Pickled Foulfoot, so it's the, boosts item discovery. Ruined Fragment, Fell Calling Finger Remedy, Festering Bloody Finger, Stormhawk Feather, Ceastus or Keistus, so I always forget how to pronounce it. Great Arrow, Blister Bolt. Buckler could be okay because it's got Buckler Parry, which is a little bit better than regular parry. Use this skill in time with a foe's melee attack to deflect it and break that foe's stance. This is faster than a regular parry. And he's got the Bandit set as well. So nothing too great, but we can get something from him eventually. Yeah, so he's stepping on Godric. So Godric was this guy, I don't understand, like, I'm guessing after beating him, he, like, just fell to, like, who he originally was. Like, all of the grafted pieces of you know, flesh and limbs and stuff that he had on him just completely, you know, dissolved or whatever. And he became just that, like, what is it? Shadow of his former self. Alright, so now let's go to the Roundtable Hold, and if I haven't explained it already, instead of doing this, just press triangle, square, X. I think I have. But yeah, do that. Okay, back to the Roundtable Hold. Let's talk to as many people as we can just to get an update on everything. So, Brother Corrin.
Ah, you appear to be doing well. Very good. Well then, would you like to learn an incantation?
Okay, let's see, anything new? He has he's got these. We definitely want to get these. Even though we're slightly further away, or slightly far away in terms of faith, for either of these, we want to get them now. So Black Flame and Black Flame Blade, grab those two.
May the Golden Order shine through you.
Cool. Let's talk to D.
Ah, hello. You've been busy weeding Deathroot, I take it. I thank you, as your brother in arms. So what can I do for you?
Okay, he still has these two. I guess, do I have enough? 5,500. I'm just shy, but I can quickly get that. So, let's just do this. Cool.
Did you?
By Litany of Proper Death and Order's Blade. I haven't really... Creates an image of Order to do. I think I tried this, and it's interesting, to say the least. I'll try and show it off at some point. Let's see. So we talk to you. We do need to go that way though. Well, let's talk to you first real quick. I don't think you say anything new.
Be sure to tell me if you miss
Nope.
your servants. She's been like I've lost count of them, honestly.
So he's worried about Lanya. Does Rogia say anything new?
Ah, we meet again after all. I apologize for any offense given by my bearing, but I'm quite unable to move, you see. So, what do you need?
Okay, I don't know if he was there before. I don't think he was. I think I made a mistake there. I don't think he was there before. We've got everything that he can purchase, or that we can purchase off of him. So let's talk about Godric.
Ah, you defeated Godric and claimed yourself a great rune. Looks like we both got what we wanted out of Stormveil, didn't we? Well done, friend. Something to mark the occasion. Go on, take it.
He gives us Rogier's Rapier +8, which is actually very strong. Like, that's one of the best weapons we have now in terms of damage.
As you might have guessed, I still can't move. My fighting days are behind me. No need to be polite. I've no use for it anymore.
I actually don't know what's going on with, like, where he's sitting. Like, I'm guessing it's a blanket, and there's a whole bunch of flies and stuff festering around it. You can see, like, potentially Deathroot here, and he gives more, like, I think it's possibly true because he also talks about D here, like it's one of the options. So I don't know what's going on there. I'm sure I'll figure it out eventually, but I'm not 100% sure. Let's talk about D.
Ah, so you've met D. D is an old friend. We found ourselves journeying together for a time, bound by our exploration of death. But our paths have since diverged, never again to cross. Though that's hardly an uncommon fate for two friends. D was telling me that he discovered the mark of the Centipede. The Centipede is an ancient symbol of the curse mark. As long as whoever finds and uses it is not nefarious by nature, then we may be able to form an alliance. If only I could speak to them in person. And if they were like you, all the better.
Okay. We'll figure out a little bit more about the mark of the Centipede eventually. Let's go here. Definitely want to go here because Nefeli has arrived at this position. Let's talk to her.
You again. I thought you'd receive a summons to the round table. Nefeli Lu. We met at Stormveil. I'm glad to see you here. I have something for you. I found it in Godric's grafting grounds. You defeated him. You should have it. Make good use of it. I don't intend to make a habit of scavenging corpses.
Okay, and she gives us the Arsenal Charm, which is a talisman, and it's very, very useful, and I'll explain in just a second. What it does is it's similar to previous games. It raises your maximum equipment load, or like it's a talisman that is that was like a ring in the other Souls games. It just gives you more equip load, so you can use heavier stuff. which will probably come in handy at some point. Maybe, maybe not. Anything else she has to say?
Ah, yes. I wonder if you've met my foster father. He's in his study. The room Encher's guarding just over there. If you haven't already, I advise you introduce yourself. Father is leader of the Roundtable. I'm sure talking to him will be worth your while.
Okay, and one more.
It's about time I headed off. I'll see you again, warrior, should the fates deign it.
Okay.
It's about time
Yep.
I see you again.
Okay, so she says that her foster father is in here. We will figure out, I'm sure we know who it is already. Like, we've met the person, but I can't remember if it's specifically stated. Anything from these two? No bell bearing, and I can't really purchase anything else. Okay, let's leave that. And she still doesn't talk to us. And the last thing to do, we could go over there, but we don't need to. We can go in here now. And that is really, really creepy. Let's talk to this person.
Are you that new tarnished? You've done well. I am Enya, the Finger Reader. I interpret the words of the fingers, envoys to the greater will. Look there. The fingers tremble to welcome you, Shardbearer. Let their wisdom wash over you.
Great Elden Ring, root of the Golden Order, anchor of all lands, giver of grace, wellspring of all joy. Until it was shattered, the tragic corruption of the Order has taken its toll. Across the realm, life lies in ruin, fallen to pieces. Foul curses and misery spread, unabating. But the greater will has not abandoned the realm, nor the life that inhabits it. So it is that the tarnished are guided by grace, called to act. Brave tarnished, your great rune is a handsome shard of the Elden Ring. Seek another of its kind to become Elden Lord and restore the Golden Order.
Let the words of the fingers guide you.
Okay, so I'm going to try and summarize that as best as I can. I think mostly this is what she's saying. So the Elden Ring and the Golden Order are what was being used to sort of keep the world at peace, essentially. So as long as the Golden Order was followed and the Elden Ring was intact, then everything was fine. Then the Elden Ring was shattered, split into different pieces. The pieces are the Great Runes. You can actually tell this by, I can't really show you exactly until I've restored it. Well, you can kind of see it there. But if you, funnily enough, if you, this is what I love about like box art, and it's like one of the reasons why I love having physical boxes for games. So the physical box art for this game, if you look at it, it's, the game's called Elden Ring, and it's made up of this great rune as well as a whole bunch of other great runes that when you like overlap them on top of each other, it becomes the Elden Ring. And so that kind of like when you buy the game for the first time, you're like, okay, this is called Elden Ring, whatever. But then as you play the game, and if you look into the story, you're like, oh, that's what like the box art means, and you know, this part and this part, and it all comes together really nicely. So yeah, they the Golden Order was fine, the Elden Ring was fine, then it was shattered. Then they're like, all right, we need to send these people to go collect the pieces of the Elden Ring, put it back together, and they'll become Elden Lord, which will restore the Golden Order. And these people are going to be called Tarnished, and we serve the Greater Will, and we're going to stick around until they figure out how to put everything together. So I think that's essentially the story of the game. I think she probably says some more stuff. Let me quickly find out.
Well, I see. A remembrance of gold has found its way into your possession. Demigods and even the greater of the champions are hewn by the Earth Tree upon their end into remembrances. They are valuable indeed. These remembrances yet house the power of their former masters. And should you wish to wield that same power, well, I will lend you the strength of the fingers. Oh, do not recoil from my offer. The fingers guide us all. And you, tarnished, you are here to take, are you not?
Okay, so we can either ask her about Great Runes or receive the power from Remembrance. Let's have a quick look. So, Power of Remembrance menu. With the Power of Remembrance menu, you can draw out the power of a remembrance's namesake. Each remembrance can provide one power. Once that power is claimed, the remembrance will be lost. Alright, so this is the remembrance of Godric the Grafted, and you can get his axe, the one that he was using. I command thee kneel, he even said that. But his axe requires 34 strength and 22 dex to wield, so it's kind of a little bit out of our reach at the moment. Or you can get the Grafted Dragon, which only requires 20 strength, 14 dex, and a little bit more at 16 faith, which is a bit closer to what we have. I'm not actually going to get anything just yet, because this one we can't use even if we got it, and I haven't used this, but like I feel like there's other things that I want to deal with first. For some reason this one is free of charge, you can just get it, and this one costs an extra 2,000 runes to get. I don't know why they did it like that, but yeah, I'll quickly read them. Great Axe wielded by Godric the Grafted. This golden battle axe is emblazoned with the figure of a beast, representing the strength of Godfrey, first Elden Lord, and Patriarch of the golden lineage. I command thee kneel, for I am the Lord of all that is golden. So, okay. So Godric served Godfrey, I feel like. Like, he wouldn't be using that axe if he didn't have some kind of affiliation with Godfrey, and probably a positive affiliation. Unique skill, I command thee kneel. Repeatedly mash the axe of Godric into the ground, unleashing 2 earth-shaking shockwaves. Follow up with an additional input to produce a 3rd shockwave. And Grafted Dragon. The embodiment of the power that still remained in the dragon's head that was grafted to Godric's left arm. The wielder's arm will take the form of a small dragon, spouting sharp dragon fangs at the fist. This weapon cannot be two-handed. Unique skill, Bear Witness. Grant the small dragon a fleeting glimpse of life and thrust it skyward, spewing flames over a wide frontward area. I kind of want to give this a shot. I haven't even done it on my practice, but I kind of want to give that one a shot. I'll probably try and do it on practice at some point, but yeah. Alright, we will talk about Great Runes, but we're going to talk about Great Runes next time.
Go forth. Let the words of the fingers guide you.
Alright, cool. This episode went a little bit longer, but that's okay. We'll continue next time. For now, I want to thank you all for watching episode 30 of Let's Platinum Elden Ring. My name's Ultima456, you're the Ultimates, and I'll see you next time.